All right, hey guys, Joe McCall here with Gavin. Gavin Timms is my coaching business partner, and we are in the middle. I actually just got started on Wholesaling 101. We're going to walk you through step by step how to wholesale a deal from beginning to end without all the fluff, just the bare necessities. And we're giving you stuff here in this mind map that gurus sell for thousands of dollars, and it's for free. And to get this mind map, you need to get this mind map because we're going to be showing you a bunch of videos, checklists, calculators, tools, contracts, marketing pieces, and it's all in the mind map, as well as the recorded videos that we've done before this one and after this one. All the recordings will be in the mind map. You get it all in one place, and this mind map is online, so you don't have to download any software and all that fancy stuff. So to get the mind map, you text the word flip to 313131, or you just go to flipmindmap.com. Flipmindmap.com, or you can text the word flip to 313131. Cool? All right, now we're going to be talking about marketing. This is step 1 of 5 or 6, and we're going to be walking through this mind map right now. Now, there are several components of marketing, and this will probably break up marketing into 3, maybe 3 videos. The first thing is market research, and market research is really important because you don't want to be doing what we call spray and pray marketing. You want your marketing to be hyper-focused on the best areas, okay? You need to follow the demand. Here's the bottom line. You can only make money, or you can only sell houses that people want to buy, okay? And the easiest way to make money in real estate is to do what's easy, and you got to find out what the buyers want. And this is another important key to remember. It's always easier to shop for what buyers want than to sell them what you have. Write that down. It's always easier to sell buyers what they want instead of selling them what you have. Shop for buyers, shop for what they want. Okay, can you imagine making a plate of spaghetti, walking out on the street and trying to sell it to people? Not too many people are going to be interested in it, right? But what if you go out to the street and start taking people's orders? What would you like to eat? We've got spaghetti with red sauce or spaghetti with white sauce, okay? And then they order one of the others. You go back, you make it for them, and you sell it. You have much better success. Your job will be a lot easier. So one of the first things that you need to do is when you're coming up with a marketing strategy is find out where the most active buyers are. And one of the best ways to do this is go to ListSource. And there's a method that we've created a video on. This is a video from one of my podcasts at realestateinvestingmastery.com where I walk through in this video. It's maybe about 30. Hey everybody, Joe McCall. Minutes long. It doesn't show me how long it is there. But it shows you how to find the best zip codes to target. And you go to a website here at ListSource. It's free. You're just going to download a list of absentee owners, and you go through these steps, and I walk through it in the video. If I did it right now in this, it would confuse a lot of you, and you need to be looking at it on a computer where you can watch my video slow, step by step, so you can pause it and then go do it, pause it, go back and forth, and get this done. But you can select the county that you want. You can say, all right, show me all the investors that bought property in this county in the last 6 months that maybe it was in between this price range or is at least a 3-bedroom, etc. And it'll give you a spreadsheet that looks like this, all right? And it only gave me these 2 columns here, but it shows me the most active zip codes in that county, and it says how many investors purchased properties there, all right? Now, what you can do then is just do a little simple formula, and you can see, well, in this one county that I was looking at, and this is near Birmingham, Alabama, when I was doing this as just a quick exercise, you can see that in this zip code, 35215, there's 248 transactions in the last 6 months, which is about 15%. Now, in this entire county, there's 50 zip codes. A lot of investors, when they're targeting their marketing, they're just spraying and praying and sending it out to everybody in the whole county, all the absentee owners or whatever. But you want to follow where the demand is. And if you know that in these 8 zip codes, there's at least 50% of all the investor activity is happening in these 8 zip codes, well, you're going to be doing pretty well. It's going to be a lot easier to sell these houses. What if you just went after the top 75% of all the zip codes? So there's 17 zip codes where 75% of investor activity is happening. This is the 80-20 principle, okay? 80% of the activity is going to be in 20% of the zip codes, approximately, rough numbers, okay? So we're telling you now, find out what those zip codes are, and ListSource is a really cool tool that allows you to do that, and it's free when you follow the video that I have on this page, and that link to that video is right here in the ListSource part of the mind map. If you click that link, it takes you to that podcast video where you can watch how I did that. Another thing that I like to use is Trulia heat maps. And if you go into any county and just Google, this is a shortcut to get to heat maps because sometimes it's confusing. If you Google your county and then the word heat map, you'll find a link from Trulia in there. And so I did this for the Birmingham, Alabama area. It's Jefferson County. And it gives you a table underneath the map. And you can see kind of where the expensive homes are, where the cheap homes are, etc. And you typically don't want to be in the really expensive areas. You want to be in the median priced areas. It looks like I lost. All right, so you kind of generally stay away from the real cheap areas. You want to stay away from the real expensive areas. You want to be right in the middle in the sweet spot. And there's a table underneath the map where if you click on under Trulia popularity, if you click rank, the amazing thing about this is it tells you in that county what are the most sought after zip codes when somebody's going to Trulia or Zillow, and they're owned by the same company. When someone searches for a property, what are the zip codes that they search in? And these are the most sought after zip codes, which tells you this is where the retail buyers are buying, okay? So 35111, I like that a lot because it's within the median price range. The first zip code is maybe a little bit out of the median price range. But so am I going to want to send a bunch of marketing to one of these zip codes way down here on the bottom of the list? Probably not, because not that many people are looking for homes there. All right? So those are just two short, fast, easy ways, quick and easy ways to find where the demand is. Go to ListSource for where the cash buyers and investors are buying. Go to Trulia heat maps to find out where the retail buyers are buying. Simple, okay?
Awesome.
Now, the reason for this is we want you to focus in on the top zip codes, the top 5-10 zip codes. And then you can also network with other wholesalers and buyers and find out what they are buying. When you get this little research and you got this list of 10 zip codes, take it to a local wholesalers or other realtors who already have a lot of experience and ask them, hey, is this a good area that I want to target? Don't be afraid of competition. Don't look at this and think, oh man, there's too much competition in these zip codes. No, you want to look at your other wholesalers and other investors as your partners, and we'll talk about that in a minute. So this should just take about 15 minutes max. Don't spend a ton of time doing the market research. Okay? Now we're going to talk about marketing campaigns, and there's a lot to talk about in here. One of our favorite marketing campaigns is networking. We love networking. And Gavin is really good at this, and this is one of the reasons why I asked him to help me coach our clients and students is because he's a lot better at this than I am. But you should always be building your list. I'll tell you a little story. We were wholesaling houses back, this is probably 3 or 4 years ago now, and we were doing a lot of marketing. I brought on an acquisitions manager, and we were doing a lot of seller marketing. And my acquisitions manager was really smart. And he said, you know what? I made him study this concept of reverse wholesaling. I gave him some books, and I said, we need to go find the buyers first and find out what they want. And so he did that, and we started finding really good buyers, and we started finding out what they wanted. And so we were doing a lot of marketing, but we were also networking with other investors. And we found that we were actually doing more deals, we're getting more deals, and making bigger fees from the other investors who had the deals because we had such good buyers. And so we actually stopped doing our seller marketing and just focused on marketing for buyers and then getting other people to bring us their deals. This is so important. I want you to understand this. We focused on getting other people to bring us their deals because we had such good buyers that would buy better and faster than all the other investors and their buyers. We focused on the buyers first. And so we had a strong network. We had a list of realtors, investors, property managers, as anybody that we could collect. And once a week, we would either call them or email them, hey, do you have any deals? Send us what you have. Do you have any deals? and people would give us their deals, and we would turn around and sell them to our buyers. Does that make sense? So visit your local real estate clubs. Always be building your list. And you want to be building your list of realtors, property managers, wholesalers, rehabbers, investors. Anybody else involved in the real estate game that I didn't list there? So critical and important.
Yeah, just to add on that, I think it is like we should star this. This is so important, okay? You have to do this. It's 100%, especially new in the business. You've got to network. You need to, it doesn't matter if you're working full-time or not. You need to go up onto like meetup.com and go and find out when they are. Not just the area, right? The areas are great, but there's more local meetings as well. In Phoenix, we can go to probably 3 meetings a day in Phoenix to pick from, okay? And that's where you need to be going and networking with people. That's going to be the fastest way, like Joe said, to doing a deal. Because what if you meet 5 buyers all looking in the same zip code, right? Where are you going to go and look for a property? It doesn't matter if ListSource has got it 4th on the list. Go there. Go and mark it there and go, okay, I've got 5 people ready to buy, want to buy this month right now. Then go and find them a property, because that's going to be the fastest way to you making money. And that's where you need to focus on. Focus on the activities where it's going to make the money. And you will fall into the business to go, oh, I've got all these buyers. I'm going to start networking with the wholesalers to bring me deals, just like Joe said. But if you haven't got any buyers, maybe you need to find the sellers and take them people the deals. So that's why networking and relationships is so important in the business.
So super critical, right? And they're easy to find. You can go to Meetup. You can Google, local investor clubs. Bring donuts to the property management companies and realtors and title companies. Get the good donuts. Don't get the nasty ones. Get the good, fattening ones. And bring them donuts and say, hey, listen, I'm looking for deals. Do you have any clients that have a house they want to sell? Do you have any clients that are looking to buy houses right now? So always be networking. This is so important. Even if you have the money to invest in marketing, you should always be doing networking. And the best wholesalers I know, they're good at this. They know how to flap their lips. So push yourself a little bit out of your comfort zone. Go to as many meetings as you can, and just let people know that you're a buyer, that you're a seller, that you're looking for deals, that you have deals to sell. So always be building your list, okay? And then start calling people and talking to them and emailing them. Here's 2 really important questions to ask everybody when you are networking. Hey, do you have any deals you're looking to sell? And if they say no, say, well, are you looking to buy any deals right now? Those 2 questions. We have a client who he's not a coaching client, actually. He's a friend of mine. He's one of those guys who only works if he has to work. Okay. And, he makes a lot of money and then he just quits and parties, But what he does, it's so simple because he has such a huge network list and everybody kind of knows who he is. Whenever he's broke and he needs money, he just goes through his list one at a time and calls everybody and asks them these 2 questions. Do you have any deals you're looking to sell? And do you have any deals that you're looking to buy right now? And eventually, by the time he gets to the end of his list, he finds somebody that has a house they want to sell and somebody else has a house they want to buy. He puts them together and he makes a bunch of money, and then he goes and wastes all of his money for a few weeks, okay? So always be networking, okay? I can't tell you how many times I've done a deal or I've gotten a lead from in an area that's too far away, or I don't know enough about the area. And so I'll call up a local wholesaler that I know is doing deals in that area and has good buyers. And I call him up and I say, hey, man, can you help me with this deal? And we partner on it. And he sells it, and we both make money on those, okay? So super important. Networking is really, really critical. And we're going to talk about Craigslist and Zillow here real quick. We recommend, we're not talking about posting ads in Craigslist and Zillow. We're talking about contacting landlords and for sale by owners in Craigslist, okay? So if you just I'll walk you through real quick what you do. It's so simple. We're in Birmingham, Alabama, again in Craigslist. I'm going to go here to apartment housing. And I just like to do a simple keyword search of negative apartment or negative apartments. And all it does is remove any ads that have the word apartment or apartments in them. All right. And I might want to look for 3+ bedroom homes and maybe houses that are at least $700 to $1,500 a month in rent. All right. And so then what I do is I just go through these and I contact people, right? I'm looking for a phone number. I don't care, even if it's a property management company, which it looks like this one is. Here's a phone number. I'm going to text them. I'm going to call them. I'm going to send them an email. I'm going to send them a voicemail and say, hey, I like this house on Shade Runs Lane in Hoover. It's not for sale, is it? Would your client have any interest in selling it by any chance? You're just sending text messages, and this is something that a VA can do for you. All right. You do the same for housing. If you go here to real estate by owner, and you do searches for homes, there's a lot of properties in here that you can just contact them. So we like to send them emails. We like to send them texts, and we'll also do slide dials. Slide dial is a service that's free. You have to listen to ads, I think, a little bit, or you can pay $20 a year, I think is what it is, and not have to listen to advertisements. But what you do is you dial slide dial's number, then you dial the seller's number, and if it's a cell phone, it'll skip the ringing and take you right into their voicemail, and so you can leave them a message. Something really simple is like, hey, I saw this property near Forestdale Boulevard in Birmingham, and I'm an investor. I was wondering if your house if the price is negotiable. Okay, it's a $79,900 house, 4 bedrooms, $1,600, and so you just do this, and you keep track of these people that you're calling, because you don't want to, call them like 5 times a day or 5 times a week, and it's as simple as that. This is how I did most of my deals when I was getting started. I would just text people and email them and send them voice messages. Now, when you're sending text, you can use Vumber or CallRail. If you have an Android phone, you can use mightytext.net. The cool thing about mightytext.net is you can send text messages from your computer through your phone, if it's an Android. Okay? And there's 3 simple steps that I like to send when it comes to text messages. Okay? Hey, I saw your property on Craigslist. Is it still available? If they say yeah, I say, great. Are you the owner? If they say yeah, I said, well, you wouldn't be interested in selling it, would you? Or if it's a for sale by owner, I say, hey, I'm an investor. Is your price negotiable? That's it. Now, you could go, the first text you send could just be, hey, I'm interested in this property you have on Main Street. You wouldn't be interested in selling it, would you? Or if you're doing lease purchasing, you could say, you wouldn't be interested in doing a lease purchase or something like that. So it's just sending simple text messages. And the cool thing about this is eventually you can get a virtual assistant to do this for you. And then you now are only talking to the ones who raise their hand and express some interest in selling. You're not just wasting your time with a bunch of people who aren't interested in selling. Does that make sense? You want to add something to that, Gavin?
I was going to say, are you sure you can do deals off Craigslist?
Yeah. Oh, my gosh. So you hear these people complain, like, you can't do deals on Craigslist. There's nothing out there. I've tried. Now, you can. It's all simply a matter of consistency, right? Like if you can, and we're going to talk about how to create a marketing plan here in a future video, but like your goal should be to text, email, or slide dial 30 sellers a day, landlords for sale by owners a day, and just send them simple messages. Hey, is this house available for sale? Or would you consider, is your price negotiable, right? And so this is just a great way. And now you start collecting these phone numbers. Every day you're getting 20 or 30 new phone numbers, okay? Think how many phone numbers you're going to have in a couple, 3, 4 months of all of the property managers and realtors and investors and wholesalers and landlords that are marketing homes that are in the business of real estate in your market. At the end of the year, you could have thousands of phone numbers. Now, guess what? Well, there's a lot of magical things you can do with that. So this is really, really important. Now, you shouldn't put all your eggs in one basket. Craigslist shouldn't be more than 35-40% of your marketing. We're going to talk about in the next video more marketing that you can do. You know what? One thing I just realized, Gavin, I'm going to add into this the spreadsheet for removing duplicate numbers.
Oh, yeah, that's awesome.
All right, so I have this spreadsheet, and you know what? Let me. I'm gonna pause this video real quick because I want to show you this spreadsheet because this is going to help make your life a whole lot easier. Hold on one second here. All right, guys. What I just did here is I put in a link in the mind map for this spreadsheet of removing duplicate numbers. One of the things you're going to run across is when you're doing a lot of Craigslist marketing, you're going to find people that put in a lot of different ads in Craigslist. And so you need a way to kind of, when you're putting numbers into a spreadsheet or something, you need a way for either you or your VA to find duplicate numbers that you've contacted in the last month or whatnot. So I'm giving you this spreadsheet here. It's real simple. But what you do is you put in the date. This is what my VAs do. They'll put in the date here, and then they put in the phone number with numbers only, no dashes. It's important you don't have spaces or periods or parentheses, you know. You put in the number here, and these two formulas, it's kind of weird. I'm using a VLOOKUP formula, okay? And then if it's a duplicate number, it'll pop up here as a dupe, okay? And so then you know not to send marketing to that person. And then you can, if there's an email in the ad, you put it here. You put a title to the ad, you link to the Craigslist. You track whether you sent a slide dial or text message or an email or any comment. Why is this important? Because let's say you sent out 30 text messages that day. You get one seller that responds and says, yeah, I'm interested. Tell me more. Make an offer or whatever. Then your VA can go back to the spreadsheet and get all the information from the Craigslist link on that particular seller and put it into your CRM or whatnot, okay? So when you start putting phone numbers in here, I'll put in a random number in here, it will not, it won't come up as a dupe. But if it's a number that has been typed up before, it'll flag it as a duplicate. Does that make sense? This becomes really, really helpful when you start doing 20 or 30 a day. It just makes it easy real quickly. It flags, hey, this is a duplicate. So that is in the mind map, okay? If you click on this link here, you're going to get that spreadsheet. So do you have the mind map yet? To get this mind map, you text the word flip to 313131 or go to flipmindmap.com. So on the next video, we're going to spend more time talking about marketing campaigns. We're going to be talking about direct mail and making offers on the MLS, okay? Cool. Anything else, Gavin?
No, we're all good.
All right.
Look forward to the next one.
We'll see
Thanks,
you guys
guys.
in just a minute.
Bye.